Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my classic USFL franchise with the New Orleans Breakers. We're in week 7 of the 2035 season, and after an 0-4 start for our Breakers, we have won our last 2 games over 2 very strong opponents. And this week we have another matchup against a strong opponent, the Chicago Blitz, who are leading their division with a 4-2 record. So let's go ahead and take and preview the Chicago Blitz. So ratings wise, this team has the second best defense in the USFL, as we can see by their number 2 defensive ranking. Their offense is kind of middle of the road. Kind of being middle of the pack in passing yardage and rushing yardage. We take a look at their games so far. Their 2 losses were against 2 very good teams, the Denver Gold losing 23-21 back in week 2, and losing to the New York Knights, of course, who made it to the USFL championship game last year, losing to them by 3 points. And that's been their 2 losses. So they've been a very tough team so far. So the Blitz are led by Andrew Barber at quarterback. He's kind of an improviser type quarterback. Been in the league for about 9 years. He has star development. He was a first-round pick back in 2026. And he has 13 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions passing so far. So he's had a very efficient year so far. Their defense is led by 2 very good linebackers, one being David Agnew. Only been in the league for 4 years, but he's already a 95 overall. So he's one guy they depend on. And they also have Connor Cooper, who's an 11-year veteran. He's a 90 overall. So 2 very good linebackers that kind of lead that number 2 ranked defense. And just notice, according to this, we're actually at 6.5 point underdogs at home in this game. So we'll have to. It'll definitely be another upset if we can pull off this victory. So let's go ahead and see how the team practiced during the week, and then we'll go in game and get ready for our matchup. All right, we're in the Madden Trainer tool and taking a quick glance at the players by position here. The running back room had a good week, it seems. We have 3 rookie running backs on our roster, between our active roster and our practice squad. And 3 of them had some pretty good improvements there. Calvin Truman had an excellent practice, +2 spin move and a +1 pass blocking. And the other 2 got enough improvement to raise their overalls by a point. Brendan Henley raises agility +1 and ball carrier vision, which to me is one of the most important ratings for a running back. Gained 2 points there. And then Marco Jennings raised awareness, catching, spin move, and break tackle. So good to see these young running backs continue to make some improvements there. Derek Perriman, of course, is hurt, and he did not participate in workouts or in practice, and that cost him 1 point in speed and 1 point in break tackle. And as we can see by his history, Derek Perriman has actually been regressing this season. So we're definitely going to have to keep our eye out for a future plan at running back, because Derek Perriman is actually regressing. At the quarterback position, Jerry Goldberg had another good practice in getting a point in awareness, which that is important for Jerry Goldberg because awareness is the thing he's lacking in. If we look a couple weeks ago, he also gained a point in awareness when he had that elite practice a couple weeks ago. So it's going to be important for us that he continues to develop, because this might be the last year we have Justin Herbert, as I'm expecting him to retire after this year. So I like Jerry Goldberg to be at least a 78 by the end of the year. We'll see what happens there. Sidney Sears, our rookie right guard, had another elite practice, and he's up to an 81 overall now, gaining 2 points in impact blocking, run block power, 1 point in run block power, and 1 point in pass block power. That is awesome to see him continue to improve. It's been a while after that great training camp he had, but it's good to see him get back on getting more improvements there. And his attribute rate, his development trait actually got exposed, and he's a superstar abilities. He has he came out as a superstar ability, so that was good to see. To see his hidden development turn into that. Lots of players being lethargic, it seems. Martavis Moore with another lethargic week of practice, losing now 1 point in acceleration. Well, actually, that's the first time that's happened to him. Maybe I'm getting him confused with somebody else, but still not good to see that there. Quan George with another elite week. I believe he's had look at all the improvements Quan George has made since training camp, gaining another point of overall rating, this time getting a +2 in catching, and also a points in short route running, deep route running, and release. So he's up to a 73 overall now, and we'll look at the overall report. But I think he might have gained 4 or 5 points since the beginning of the season, which is very good. Sheldon Saunders, good to see him get in the positive column with good workouts and good practice, as he's been kind of hampered with injuries, and so he hasn't been able to practice that much. But good to see him getting back on the positive track there. All right, let's take a quick look at the overall report for the New Orleans Breakers. And yes, so Quan George, he has gained 3 points of overall since the beginning of the season, going from a 70 to a 73 overall. So, with this successful week of training this past week, and of course Sidney Sears is up to a +3 gain this year after the great week he had as well. And we have Derek Griffey, left tackle. He's still leading the team in improvement with a +4, although he didn't make any gains this past week. Just curious to see the Chicago Blitz, as that's the team we're playing this week. And it looks like they're kind of in the same boat as us in terms of how many players are getting improvements. They have a couple of young players, with +3, +4 improvements. Although they're kind of more of reserve type players. They're kind of bronze type players. So they do have Derek Andrews, the defensive end, who's a rookie, going from a 77 to 79. So seem to be having about the same success that we've had so far. We look at the overall USFL. We looked at this last week. As you can see, there's quite a few players who have even more improvement than +4. They even have somebody with +7. The tackle for the Michigan Panthers. And then they have a defensive tackle from Ohio who's improved by 6 points. Neither one of them improved this past week. But so it is possible to get even more improvement with more successful practices. All right, with that, let's go ahead and go in game and start getting ready for our game against the Blitz. All right, we're in game. First, let's take a look at the injury situation. And, of course, We have Derek Perryman, who's still out. He'll be out for another couple weeks. And we have Nelson Burrow, kind of rookie wide receiver. He's going to be out for an extended period of time. So we may eventually want to sign a wide receiver. Let's go ahead and take a look at the wide receivers we have on the active roster and see if we need to make a move. So in terms of numbers, we have 5 defensive tackles on the active roster. I think we can move Daniel Swain to the practice squad here. If I get on the right screen. We do have 5 wideouts, 5 wide receivers on the active roster, but I'd rather have 6 if we can. So I want to promote one of our wide receivers from the practice squad to the active roster. Okay, so we're gonna move David Swain here to the practice squad, and if we go to the practice squad, Lawrence Gibson has been steadily improving. Definitely don't want somebody to steal him. Let's go ahead and sign him from the practice squad. All right, and there's some adjustments we're going to want to make at the wide receiver position. So Quan George has had a great year. I think I'm going to put him ahead of Mike Byers, as Mike Byers has been kind of quiet so far. And we can move Lawrence Gibson to the 6th spot here. All right, and I think that looks good. So negotiations, we did make an offer to Clifton Stanford last week that he did not accept. He's not terribly excited to sign with us. I'll offer him a little bit more money, but that's about it. And he still has not accepted. Yeah, and we're only having $11 million in cap room. Oscar Wallace might be a candidate for franchise tagging, because I certainly don't want to pay him $23 million for 1 year. And a lot of these other players, Paul Vernon and Jerry Goldberg, want to take a wait and see attitude. Duke Howard, not much interest in signing with us, and he's wanting two years, $9 million. I want to see how much he improves the rest of the year. So with that, let's just go ahead and go to kickoff and see if we can win our 3rd straight game. All right, Breakers will be kicking off to start off as we're underway. And that's way out the back of the end zone. Andrew Barber, the quarterback for the Blitz, having a great year so far. 13 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. Barber starts out in the shotgun. He drops back to throw. Finds a man over the middle, and that's good for 7 yards. That is Stallings with the reception, and right away there's an injury for Chicago. 2nd down and 3. Play action by Barber. He throws and he finds an open receiver. That's number 2. And he's all the way down to the 47-yard line. That is Hogan with a 22-yard reception. Barber comes out in the shotgun. 1st down and 10 at the 47-yard line of New Orleans. He's back to throw again. He throws it to the right side, and open is number 2 once again. And he's down to the 22-yard line. A 25-yard gain by Hogan. Shotgun once again for Barber. He drops back to throw. Throws in the end zone. And it is caught for a touchdown. And boy, the Chicago offense comes out throwing the football all over the place. And it is 6-0 just like that. And already it is 7-0 Chicago as they kick it off. Short kickoff. This is going to be returned. And he has some running room. That was Quan George with the return. As Herbert comes onto the field. Herbert in the shotgun. He drops back to throw. And he is off the mark there. As he was trying to go to Faulkner there. 2nd down and 10. Herbert back to throw. He dumps it off to the running back in the backfield. And that is complete for about 4 yards. That is Vernon with the carry, with the catch, I should say. 3rd down and 6, 4-yard gain. Herbert in the shotgun. He drops back to throw. And he finds an open receiver just beyond the 1st down marker. That is Saunders with the catch. And that goes for 6 yards and a 1st down. Herbert in the shotgun once again. He drops back to throw. And open is Saunders up the middle. And that's all the way to the, completed all the way to the 31-yard line. That's going to go for 23 yards. Herbert in the shotgun once again. And he gives it to Vernon up the middle, and he pushes his way for 10 yards. Nice run there by Vernon. Herbert now under center, near the 21-yard line. 1st down and 10. And that is Truman, the rookie, with his first carry, who had a great week last week, as we have an injury, and that looks like Martavis Moore, who they're looking at on the sidelines. Breakers cannot afford another injury at the wide receiver position. 2nd down and 9. Herbert back to throw. Throws it in the end zone. That is broken up there by Shepard. 3rd down and 9 now. Herbert in the shotgun. He drops back to throw. Throws it at the 1st down marker, and that is caught, and Vernon fought for the 1st down after he made the catch. And he's down to the 8-yard line. So that's going to be 1st and goal for the Breakers. Herbert in the shotgun. He drops back to throw. He throws it, and that's going to be a touchdown. That is Quan George, number 15, who's had a great year so far. And the Breakers are threatening to tie the ball game pending the extra point. Moody on for the extra point. And it is good, and we have a tie ball game, 7 apiece. First down and 10 for Chicago. Barber back to throw. And that is complete. And that is Hogan once again with the catch. And that's going to be another blitz first down to the 43-yard line. Barber under center. He hands it off to Merritt, but there's 2 breakers waiting for him in the backfield. That's going to be a 4-yard loss, as Westbrook was there waiting for him. It's going to be second down and 14. Merritt with the carry, and he gets his 4 yards back. It's going to be third down and 10. Barber is going to go deep. He has a man open, and it is caught all the way down to the 15-yard line. That is Meadows with the catch. That's a 28-yard gain. And Barber throws a floater, and he had to make a diving catch for that. So that's going to make it first down and 10 at the 15-yard lines of the breakers. Barber under center. He goes play action. He throws it in the end zone. It is broken up nicely there by Hodges, the linebacker. It's going to be second down and 10. Barber hands it off to Merritt, who gets maybe 2 yards. It's going to be third down and 8. Barber back to throw, and that is incomplete. And so the Breakers' red zone defense at least comes to life this drive and force a field goal attempt. This would be a 30-yard attempt. And it is good, and Chicago takes a 10-7 lead. Herbert hands it off to Vernon. He has some room to the left side. He does a stiff arm successfully, and he gets 8 yards. So Vernon doing some tough running so far. It's going to be second down and 2. Herbert hands it off to Vernon, but he's not going to get past the defender this time, as that's going to be a 2-yard loss. It's going to be third down and 4. Herbert in the shotgun, blitz or blitzing. But a nice throw by Herbert there to get the first down. There's Martavis Moore, who was shaken up earlier in the game, but he's back in there. So that's going to be a first down for New Orleans. Herbert under center. He drops back to throw. He throws it to Faulkner up the middle, and that's going to be a 5-yard gain. It's going to be second down and 5. Herbert out of the shotgun. Hands it off to Vernon, but he is met by number 11 in the backfield. It's going to be third down and 8. And I think that's going to do it for the first quarter. Chicago has a 10-7 lead, but New Orleans is driving. Herbert back to throw on 3rd and 8. He throws, and a diving attempt at the catch was made, but it is incomplete. That is Saunders, the intended receiver, and the Breakers are going to have to punt. And that's going to go out of bounds at the 14-yard line. Barber back to throw. Throws it up the middle, and that is caught for a first down. And that is Huffman, number 38. His first catch, and that goes for 14 yards. Barber in the shotgun. He drops back to throw. He throws it in the end zone, and that is caught for a touchdown. That is Hogan, number 2, who has been feasting on the Breakers defense so far this half. And it is now 16-7 Blitz. And the extra point is up and good, and so Chicago goes on an 84-yard drive for a touchdown. The Breakers defense needs to figure out how to stop that Chicago offense, or it's going to be a long day. And that return did not go anywhere. It only goes to the 16-yard line as a blitz player is shaken up. First down and 10 at the 16-yard line. As Herbert hands it off to Vernon, who fights his way for about 8 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 2. Herbert back to throw, and that is complete for a first down. It's a short game, but just enough for the first down. That is Faulkner with the catch. Herbert under center. Play action by Herbert. He throws, and it is bobbled and intercepted at the 50-yard line by number 24. That is Griffin. And the Blitz defense now joins in on the action, getting a turnover. The ball was tipped and it went right in his hands. Barber back to throw. He throws it quickly over the middle, and that is caught by number 6. Another Blitz first down. Barber under center. Quick throw over the middle is caught. That's Hogan once again. That's about a 6-yard gain. 2nd down and 4. Barber back to throw. He throws it up the middle, and that is caught by number 6. He breaks a tackle, and he's all the way down to the 3-yard line. Not a good display of tackling by the Breakers secondary. Two breakers missed him initially, and that allowed him to get an extra 5 yards. It is going to be 1st and goal for Chicago. Barber is going to keep it himself, and he easily walks into the end zone, but there is a flag on the play. This might be coming back. It is holding on Chicago. That's on Trent Allen, the center. So that's going to be first and goal all the way back at the 12-yard line. Barber under center. He hands it off to Merritt. He was able to juke his way to the 6-yard line. It's going to be second down and goal. And they hand it off to the fullback once again. He only gets to the 4-yard line now. It's going to be third down and goal. Barber in the shotgun. He throws it up the middle, and it is caught by number 6. That is Jesse Stallings, the tight end. And the Blitz scored a 23rd point of the half. New Orleans was coming on the blitz, and they did not get to the quarterback. Play action by Herbert. He's getting pressured, and that is caught. That is Quan George. He's down at the 48-yard line. Breakers going no huddle. Herbert back to throw. He throws it deep towards the sideline for George, but it is over his head. It's going to be second down and 10. Herbert out of the shotgun. He drops back to throw. And the catch is made. That was a good catch by Moore along the sidelines. That's down at the 36-yard line. Clock's still running, however. Herbert back to throw. And that is caught by Vernon, who did not get out of bounds. So the Breakers have to call a timeout here with 51 seconds remaining. Second down and 6. Herbert back to throw. He throws and it's intercepted once again. This time by Norton. And not a good half for Herbert and the Breakers offense after the first drive. As Norton just stepped in front of Pritchett there. Second down and 10. Herbert back to throw. He has Saunders open, and he runs all the way down to the 37-yard line. Big gain for the Breakers offense. So first down and 10 for the Breakers at the 37-yard line of Chicago. Play action by Herbert. He throws it deep, and that is caught. That is Martavis Moore. He's going to go in for the touchdown. So quick opening touchdown for the Breakers offense, just what they needed. Moore on for the extra point. And it is good. It is 24-14. Only less than a minute has expired in the second half. But it's a first down for Chicago. Play action by Barber. And that pass is deflected. It's going to be second down and 10. Barber drops back to throw. And that is going to be incomplete. As Westbrook was there for the coverage. Third down and 10 now for Chicago. Breakers trying to force their first punt of the game. Barber back to throw. He's getting flushed out, and he's going to run for the first down. All the way to the 46-yard line. That's the second time he's been able to do that. First down for Chicago at the 46-yard line. Barber out of the shotgun. He drops back to throw. Throws it deep over the middle, and that is caught by Hogan once again. Down at the 23-yard line of New Orleans. High formation for Chicago. And the pitch is to the running back. That is Huffman with his first carry. That goes for 2 yards. It's going to be second down and 8. Play action by Barber. He throws it in the end zone. That is going to be caught for a touchdown. And Andrew Wright, number 15, with the catch. And that is the 4th touchdown pass for Barber. New Orleans defense just has no answer for the blitz offense. Herbert rolls to his right, and he has to throw it away. As he was getting pressured, it's going to be second down and 10. Herbert back to throw. And that is caught by Martavis Moore. And that's going to be a 5-yard gain. It's going to be third down and 5. That was Gibson with the catch. It's going to be third down and 5. Herbert to throw. He's getting pressure. He's going to run up the middle, and he has the first down. 9-yard run for Herbert. And that's going to keep the chains moving. Vernon with the carry. He's going to lose 2 yards. Second down and 12. Herbert throws it over the middle, and that is caught by Faulkner. And that's going to be a first down for the Breakers at the 29-yard line. First down and 10. Vernon in the backfield for the Breakers. Vernon gets the carry. He's hit hard. He's going to lose a yard. It's going to be second down and 11. Truman now in the backfield for the Breakers. Herbert is going to go down with another sack all the way back at the 38-yard line. as Chicago was coming on the blitz, and it's going to be 3rd down and 20. Herbert to throw. And he's going to get sacked once again, and he fumbles. And Chicago has recovered at the 45-yard line. And Herbert commits his 3rd turnover of the game. This time a fumble. And Chicago, as if it didn't need any more help on offense, is going to start with the football at the 45-yard line of New Orleans after the turnover. Barber to throw, and he finds Hogan once again, who's open up the middle, and that goes for 7 yards. That is the 8th reception for Hogan in this game. 2nd down and 3. Play action by Barber. He dumps it off to number 15, who gets a minimal gain. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. That was right with his 4th catch. Barber hands it off to Huffman, and he's just short of the 1st down. It's going to be 4th down in inches. Let's see if Chicago decides to go for it here. Yep, they're going to go for it. 4th down in inches for Chicago. They hand it off to number 38, and he easily gets the 1st down. That is Huffman, who gets about 3 yards. Barber in the shotgun. He dumps it off to Huffman in the backfield, and the Breakers are right there to tackle him at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Quick throw by Barber. That is incomplete. And it's going to be 3rd down and 10. Barber throws deep, and that is dropped by number 80, who is open. And that's going to be 4th down. And Chicago is going to bring the field goal unit on. This will be a 49-yard attempt. And it is good. And so Chicago tacks on another 3 points. Herbert drops back to throw. He's going to go deep. He has a man open. It is caught. That is Saunders all the way down to the 8-yard line. What a throw there by Herbert. It is 1st and goal at the 8-yard line for the Breakers. Herbert in the shotgun. Herbert throws it in the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. That is Saunders once again. And the Breakers strike quickly once again. And Moody kicks the extra point, and it is a 13-point game all of a sudden. Barber hands it off to Huffman once again. That's going to be 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 as Chicago comes out in the I formation. And that's going to be a 2-yard gain by Hickman. And it's going to be 3rd down and 5 as Chicago tries to work the clock a little bit here. 3rd down and 5. Barber in the shotgun. He drops back to throw. He throws it towards the end zone. It is deflected by number 29 of the Breakers. That was Arthur on the coverage. And so the Breakers defense is at least able to stop the bleeding a little bit. And this will be a 49-yard field goal attempt for Chicago. The kick is up. It is no good. He missed it wide left. And boy, did the Breakers defense need that. Sheldon Saunders having an incredible day so far. 5 receptions, but 142 yards. Herbert comes out in the pistol formation. He hands it off to Vernon, who makes a move, and he gets about 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. Herbert in the shotgun. He drops back to throw. He dumps it off to Vernon in the flat. And he's able to pick up a couple yards. This is going to be 3rd down and 3. Vernon under center. 3-step drop. He can't find anybody. He throws it, and that is going to be caught for a 1st down. That is Faulkner, who's able to get 4 yards. Just enough for the 1st down. Herbert in the shotgun. And he's going to throw deep, and that is incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Herbert drops back to throw. And that is caught. That is Quan George. He makes a guy miss, and he's down to the 32-yard line. That's going to be another Breaker 1st down. First down and 10 for New Orleans. Herbert under center. And he hands it off to Vernon, who gets 7 yards up the middle. It's going to be 2nd down and 3. Herbert hands it off to Truman, who's just short of the 1st down. This is going to be 3rd down and inches. Herbert in the shotgun. He drops back to throw. He throws it, and it is complete. And that is Saunders once again. He's down all the way to the 4-yard line, where it's going to be 1st down and goal for the Breakers. Herbert in the shotgun. Clock's running with 4 minutes remaining. Herbert throws the end zone wide open as Faulkner for a touchdown. And the Breakers are back in this game within 1 score. As Moody comes off for the extra point. And it is good. It is a 6-point game, believe it or not. So 44 seconds remaining for the Breakers offense as they're going to take over at the 23-yard line. Play action by Herbert. And he has to throw it away as he was feeling some heat. This is going to be 2nd down and 10. Herbert back to throw. And that is caught by Martavis Moore at the 38-yard line. But the clock is still running. Breakers out of timeouts. Quick throw by Herbert is incomplete, but there is a flag. They're going to call pass interference on Chicago. Herbert back to throw. He throws it towards the sidelines, but it is incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Quick throw by Herbert is true. It makes the catch at the 39-yard line, but the Breakers are not going to have enough time to set up a Hail Mary, and Chicago is going to leave New Orleans with a 34-28 victory. Some questionable decision making by the Breakers at the end of the game. Wow, what an exciting game this turned out to be as the Breakers come back, fall short. Very questionable coaching decision at the end of the game. The Breakers deciding to punt on 4th and 6, down by 6 with a minute and change remaining. But you can't get the Breakers. You can't get down 34-13 or whatever the score was and expect to win. The Breakers were fortunate to get back in this game to begin with, but the Breakers defense just could not stop Chicago in the first 3 quarters of this game, of course. And that's basically what did the Breakers in. The Breakers have got to play better defense like they did the last couple of games, and not like they played in the first 4 games of the season, where they're just unable to stop, particularly the pass. So let's take a quick look at some stats. Of course, the big stat is turnovers, as Justin Herbert, despite his comeback attempt that he made, did have 3 turnovers on the game, including 2 interceptions and 1 fumble. So those were some huge turnovers that gave Chicago short fields to work with. Neither team could really run effectively, as the leading rusher had 37 yards, and that was Amir Huffman. Receiving, Ian Hogan killed us all game long, of course. He had 9 receptions for 141 yards and a touchdown. On our side, Sheldon Saunders, he actually had more receiving yards with less catches. He had 6 catches for 160 yards. He had a couple of really big plays in the game that got the Breakers back in the game. So it was a very good game for him. So with that, I'm going to end the video here. We're going to have to decide what we're going to do at the quarterback position. Do you think we should bench Justin Herbert? Or should we bring Jerry Goldberg back in at quarterback? Leave a comment. Let me know what you think on what we should do at the quarterback position, if we should bench Herbert or not. Just, given his 3 turnovers, and given the fact that Goldberg has kind of improved his ratings a little bit over the last several weeks. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think I should do. Be sure and like and subscribe if you enjoy what I'm doing here. This was an exciting game. I think the Breakers can still make some noise this season. We'll see what happens. And with that, I'll see you next time.